Welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business, the podcast. My name is Abby, and each week I will be chatting to a different independent business owner about the story behind their business journey and how they built their brand. Enjoy the episode. So hello and welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business. And this week I am joined by Marina, who is an anxiety specialist at Transformations and also Phoenix Firewalk.
Yes.
So hi Marina, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
No, so why don't you kind of give us a bit more information about what you do at Transformations?
Okay, so technically I'm a clinical hypnotherapist.
Right.
Although I have trained in various different techniques. And what I mainly deal with is people who suffer from anxiety. Now, anxiety is such a broad term. Anxiety could be brought on by many different things, like childhood trauma, adult trauma. And so dealing with clients who come to me with previous childhood issues or issues through their adult life that's led them on to have anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have anxiety.
Yeah.
We all need it. It goes back to the olden days when we had to fight off woolly mammoths.
Yeah.
That whole fight or flight. So anxiety is just a heightened state of fear. And what happens is we start to overthink about it and then it creates anxiety and makes it worse. So helping people who have been through, whether it be abuse or anything, sometimes it's work related, sometimes it's just family related. Yeah. So helping people with that, overcome it, reduce it, whatever works for them. Right. Sometimes the anxiety can be removed, depending on the client. It's not really something I do, it's something that they do. Right. I just kind of guide them through it, I suppose.
Right. So is there people who are kind of more open to the hypnotherapy side, and will that work better for them? Like if they're kind of more accepting of it, will you get better results? Is it kind of that?
No, even people who are quite sceptical about it can get good results.
Yeah.
I think hypnotherapy's got such a bad name with, stage hypnotists and things like that. People automatically think, God, you're going to make me cluck like a chicken or something. But hypnotherapy will work on anyone over the age of 5 and of average or intelligence or above. Right, okay. And it's one of my mentors described it as a state of eyelids, so it's like a heightened state of relaxation. Right. It's not, as I say, it's not something that I do to them, it's something that they do. So they're just merely guided into a state of relaxation. Now, all these stage and street ones that you see, what you'll see is that the hypnotist constantly puts them in and out of trance. So he has them going into trance, then he wakes them up, and then he gets them to go back in. And each time they do that, they go into a deeper level of trance. Now, people who stay, because again, they'll narrow them down and they'll end up with just a few good ones. Yeah. Because those are the kind of people who are willing to have a laugh, make fun of themselves, whatever. If you're not that kind of person, then you won't be a good subject. Yeah. On the stage or street stuff. But for change work, like the stuff that I do, then everybody goes into trance. Right. But they may not think they're in trance, because a lot of people will have different perceptions of it as well. Right. Like, I was aware of everything that you said, or I was able to move, but that's okay. You are allowed to. Nobody said that you can't. I'm not taking control over you. Yeah. You're still in control. It's just realising that you do actually still have that control. Yeah. Although people will say, I felt my arms were so heavy I couldn't move them. Just how they're perceiving it. Yeah. So what can these therapies, what can they actually kind of do? Like I know you do, is it there's pain? Oh God, pain elimination, anxiety. There's anxiety, there's phobias. Right. Anything that's, I suppose, mind related can be dealt with. Like a phobia. You don't wake up one day and think, do you know what? I think I'll be frightened of that spider. Yeah. And then work up to it. It happens pretty much instantly. Yeah, it's been building up kind of through your I use the term either taught or caught. So with, say, just using a spider as an example, it's usually a pretty good one. So often, people, you can either have to peel them off the ceiling because they're like, oh my God, there's a spider. Yeah. Or it's like, oh, look, cute little spider. So that tells me that the spider's not scary. It's something that they're doing in their head. Yeah. So it's the story they're telling themselves or the movie they're running in their mind. Because we all run movies in our minds. Yeah. So it may have been that when they were little, they've seen their mum jumping, screaming because they saw a spider.
Yeah.
So they've thought, oh, is that what we do when we see spiders?
Must be something scary if my mum's scared of it, sort of thing.
Yes. Or it may be that something's happened to them. Like, I used to have a fear of heights. When I was younger, my dad had an accident on the Forth Road Bridge. So I then became frightened of heights, especially with water under it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't go over any drains, because clearly I was going to fall through them. I couldn't go over, stairs like at the Overgate where they've got the gap. Couldn't walk up them because I thought I was going to slip through them. I remember being in Sydney Aquarium and they've got the glass floor. Now it's really thick glass with a little bit of water in it. Yeah. But I cried because I couldn't cross it.
Oh.
But it's what that I was running through my mind.
Building it up in your mind.
Building it up, and you just make it worse each time. So that's what I would call a caught behaviour.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I let, something happened and I caught it.
Yeah, affected you so deeply.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm fine.
Yeah. So does all kind of anxiety, can there always be traced back to a root? Like, is
more
it kind
often than not, yes.
Yeah, there, so it's not just a case you're anxious for no reason, there's kind
Absolutely
of something.
Not. There's usually something. Now, it may be that you've had an anxious parent or whoever brought you up has been anxious, and again, you've learned that behaviour. Because kids learn everything from us, don't they? So even, again, just going back to the spider thing, so if you're trying to be brave, then kids pick up on your energy and know that that's actually something not quite right, so they're a bit wary of it. And it's the same with anxiety. As much as you try to not show your kids it, then they're going to pick up on your energy and go, okay, this is how we behave in this situation. Or it may be that something's happened. Now, as I say, it could be like a trauma, it could be abuse, it could be something that you've seen, or it could be an environment, just being in an environment at work, environment can cause it as well. If you're not happy at work and you're finding it stressing you out, then it could then start to cause, oh God, every time I've got to go to work today, and you start building it up.
Yeah, that horrible dread that you feel.
Absolutely. So you start building it up even more each time. It's, oh no, not another day of this. And each time you build it up, and it then becomes full-blown anxiety and sometimes a panic attack. Yeah. Because you just can't face the thought of going in.
So is there a difference between a panic attack and an anxiety attack? Because I've kind of heard people talking about the differences, but I always just assumed it was kind of like the same thing. Like it builds up and builds up. And
it builds up. It does.
So it's not like a different...
building up. So the more you're focusing on your anxiety, it builds up, and then you start getting the palpitations and things like that. And it almost, to some people, feels like they're having a heart attack. Yeah,
because I've seen some people feel like they're dying.
Absolutely.
So is that like a panic attack? And then is anxiety attack?
Anxiety is
just that
slightly milder, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it can be just as bad. It's, it all relates to what you're creating in your mind, but the panic takes over because it's that fear of, oh God, what am I going to do? What if this happens? What if that happens? And you build it up even more. As I say, it then creates the palpitations, the sweats, whatever it is that you get with a panic attack.
Yeah.
Whereas anxiety might just be, I'll get this funny feeling.
Yeah, when you get that kind of tight chest, you feel a bit like, there's something not right.
Yeah.
I think maybe, I don't even know if it was a panic attack, but I think once in my life I felt that, like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And it was when I was going to give blood, actually. And I have a bit of a thing about needles.
Right, okay, so you built it up to be worse than it was.
And I remember I was waiting to get known to do the little test first to like check your blood. And honestly, I just felt my head was getting tighter and I felt like my head was going to explode. I couldn't breathe. I was like, actually...
that would be a panic attack.
Oh, it was horrible. I remember it just got tighter and tighter and tighter.
Yeah.
And then they told me I couldn't give blood, something to do... I was young, so it was something to do with my weight or height or something. Right. And I just felt that, like, release.
Yeah.
Instant. I had to go and sit and have a biscuit. I was actually like...
You always go for a biscuit when
I
you're
was like
blood.
traumatised. But see, I never know if that's just me being dramatic or if that is like something.
That is a panic attack.
Yeah.
The first time I ever took one, I was in Asda's in Kirkcaldy. It was a Christmas time. I'd gone in for some stuff and it was so busy. And I thought, oh my God, I can't do this. And I could feel like my heart was coming at my chest. And I was starting to struggle to breathe, and my mind was just all over the place, and I thought, no, I can't do this, I have to get out. And the minute you leave the situation...
that's the thing, you just need to get out, take yourself out of that situation.
Yeah, well, that's one way of doing it, is taking yourself out of the situation. Sometimes we can't do that.
Yeah.
So what happens is, like, as I say, like, anxiety is like a heightened state of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So when when you get a fright, you go, take a sharp intake of breath. Yeah. So what happens is that's telling your mind that you're in danger.
Right.
Okay. And anxiety is the same. So when you start to take shallower breaths because you're having an anxiety attack, so your mind thinks you're in danger.
Yeah.
So by refocusing on your breathing, and some on my page there's lots of different breathing techniques and things as well.
Right.
By refocusing on your breathing and just gaining control of your breathing again, it then lets your mind know, actually, no, we're not in danger, we're okay.
We're okay. Yeah, I've heard that sort of grounding techniques that you can do, like kind of focus on things that you can see and things that you can feel, and it kind of brings you back out of that panic. Because
when you're doing that, what's happening is when you're having an anxiety attack or panic attack, you've got lots of things going on in your mind.
Yeah.
This is where my wee props comes in. My snow globe. Okay, so when someone's having anxiety, it's like that. And for those, obviously, people can't see, but there's snow everywhere in that globe. Yeah. Now, the only way to stop that would be to
hold it still.
Just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let it settle.
Yeah.
And when someone's having a state of anxiety, their mind's racing all over the place.
Yeah.
So by just stopping and taking a moment and allowing it to settle, and when you're doing that, you're focusing on something else, that's what you're doing. You're taking your thoughts away from whatever it was that made you feel anxious.
Yeah.
So by focusing on like a breathing technique that I use using fingers, or focusing on things, looking for those things round about you.
Yeah.
It's giving you something else to focus on, and you're not focusing on the anxiety.
Yeah. It's mad how much power your brain can have over you, isn't it?
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. So we'll go back to the anxiety in a bit, because I've got some kind of questions that I've had from people on Instagram, so we'll go back to that. But how did you get into this business? What were you doing before that kind of led you up to starting?
I was the manager at a mobile phone store.
Oh, right.
As was my husband. And he had, he'd gone, in fact, no, actually, I had left. I'd left and then I became a childminder. And he was still managing a mobile phone store, and he was going and doing some training.
Okay.
And he'd gone to this training, and it was different from the normal training that you would normally get, and it was a thing called NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming.
Oh, right, okay.
So he got interested in it and went to learn more, got more interested in it and went to learn from one of the guys who co-created it. So he'd gone away, done that, came back, and the minute I picked him up from the airport, I thought, there's something different about you.
Yeah.
I could see there was something different about him. And then I noticed, then he was starting to help people. A friend of ours who had a fear of flying.
Right.
She would have to take Valium and things like that before she could fly. And he started helping people and changing their mindset using this technique.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's really good. And I'm teaching our then 2-year-old granddaughter to spell her name using magnetic letters. Because it was just using your mind and what you can see. And I thought, that's really good. I'm quite interested in that. Now, I had previous issues. I was in a bad marriage before.
Right, okay.
And so obviously bad is my second husband.
Yeah.
So I'd been in a bad marriage before, so I had issues related to that. I had issues related to childhood as well.
Yeah.
So, I had lots of stuff going on in my own head at the time. And he said, you should go and do this course. You would get a lot out of it. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I've done, I'd done the psychiatrist, I'd done the psychologist, I'd done the CBT therapy, and it's like, oh, here we go again, telling your story, and you just get to the, oh, here we go, telling your story. I'll tell them what they want to hear so I can get done and get out.
Yeah.
So he'd said, go on this course. It was a course with Paul McKenna. Don't know if you heard of him.
I've heard of him,
a guy called Richard Bandler and a guy called Michael Neal. And it was called Change Your Life in 3 Days. And I thought, whatever.
Yeah, one of those big claims.
Let's see. So he booked me on it.
Yeah.
I had to go to London on my own. And I'm already thinking, oh my God.
Yeah.
And his brother lived there at the time. He's like, I'll pick you up from the airport, I'll take you to the venue.
Yeah.
And it was a room full of 500 people, and I'm going in on my own
for
3 days. And it's like, oh no. I made lots of friends by the end of it. And I went in just not really believing that anything can happen, that anything would change, but it did. It got rid of quite a few of my demons, I suppose, for want of a better word. One of the habits that I used to have would bite the skin on my knuckles.
Right.
I've had it for 40 years.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing that on the very last day.
Yeah.
Once, I've never done it since.
Uh-huh.
And I came back and I thought, that worked. It's got rid of some of my demons. And then I was online one day and I came across a hypnotherapy course. And we were both meant to go on it, but he couldn't, so I went on it again on my own. Yeah. And doing that whole thing, oh my God, what am I doing? It was a free weekend, basically to try and get you to sign up to the course.
Right, okay.
I went along and I thought, do you know what I do? I like the idea of this. I like the idea of being able to help people. I wanted to help people who had been through things that I had been through. Yeah. So I signed up to it, and over 10 months I learned to become a hypnotherapist. Wow. Loved what was happening, and I've just grown from then, went on to learn different techniques. Yeah. I kind of, it sounds terrible, I kind of got bored of the whole slow process of hypnotherapy. I'm quite a high energy person. I talk really fast and, everything's just like, oh. Yeah. So I kind of got bored with the slow process of hypnotherapy and I wanted to learn something new, so I've gone and I've learned lots of different techniques. Now, every time you go on courses like this, you're having to work on yourself. Yeah. For me to get into a place where I can help people, I have to get rid of things that I've got. So that's what I've done. I've gone on to learn loads of different techniques, each time taking more and more of my demons away, which now leaves me in a more confident, better place to be in to help So it's
people. Helping you in the process.
Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing. So how long ago was that your journey kind of started?
Well, Barry started doing it in 2008, 2009. So I got a little bit interested in it then. And I think it was probably about 2010 that I started doing it.
So it's been a while.
Yeah.
So do you just do that from home? Do you have
we've got like a log cabin
in the
garden.
Oh, nice.
It's a beautiful space, it's just got the right kind of energy.
Yeah, a nice kind of calm place to be.
So I use that.
Oh, that's great though.
It's really good, I enjoy it.
And I mentioned a wee bit at the start, your husband's firewalking business.
Well, both of us, we're both firewalk instructors.
Yeah, so tell me a wee bit more about that. So interesting.
Well, when we're doing obviously the hypnotherapy stuff, we were part of a mentor programme through in Glasgow, and as you move in the circuit and people are talking about different types of therapy, and someone had mentioned firewalking, and I was like, and they said, it's walking across hot coals, and I was like, quite fancy doing that. Yeah. And my friend Helen, Helen at the time, and I'd suggested doing a firewalk, and she said, I don't know. I said, look, let me organise it all. So I did organise it all, got in touch with someone who'd already done one, arranged to do it. There's 20 of us did the firewalk to help Helen raise some funds. Absolutely loved it. Yeah. And the next day I was still buzzing. I was like, oh my God, I need more of this in my life. Yeah. So being the kind, caring, compassionate wife that I am, I said to Barry, go away and learn how to do it. Because it really does tie in with what we do anyway. Yeah. It's a mindset thing.
Totally.
So he went away and learned it and then said to me, you actually need to do this as well. The course is not just about learning to be a firewalk instructor. There's a lot more on that course as well. Getting rid of more demons. Yeah. So I went away and became an instructor. So we both do that. We both we work from Balbirnie and Markinch.
Oh, right, okay.
We do a lot of open events there. We do charity events. Every year we run a Santa firewalk. Oh, wow. And we get people to bring food for the food bank. Oh, right. And they can come along and raise funds for whatever charity they want. Yeah. We do corporate. It's a mindset thing as well. Yeah. It's a belief system.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. This might be a totally stupid question. Tell me if this is stupid. But does it hurt? Is it kind of like you're working through the pain, or is it like a mind over matter?
Yeah, it's more a mind over matter.
Is it? I've always wondered that.
It's more a mind over matter. I mean, let's face it, we're taught fire burns. I mean, stay away from the fire, you'll get burnt. Obviously, we do a workshop beforehand to get people into the right frame of mind for it. And as long as so we get them in the right mindset, we teach them a mantra to use so that when they're not inside their own head,
yeah,
then they're saying this mantra as they walk across the fire, and it's
so mad. So how does that not hurt? Like, is it there's something? Is it just because it's so quick? It's like you're over it.
You don't want to do it too quick,
right?
Purely because if you're walking too fast, then your footsteps are heavier as well. You know, you're running it, your footsteps are heavier. So it's kind of like we say walking with purpose. You know, so you put a ticket in the meter and you think, oh, it runs out in 5 minutes. Or has it already run out?
Yeah.
So you're walking a wee bit faster, walking with purpose. Now, does it hurt? It nips a little. So, like, this is probably not good for podcasts, but stand up and stick your hands out like that. Put your hands tight, fingers tightly. And what I want you to do is bring your hands together quickly as you can. So, like that. You feel that tingling in your hand? So that's what it's like? That's what it feels like. But on your feet, obviously. Yeah,
so it's not actually a burning, it's just like a kind of...
It's a tingling, and that tingling can stay for up to 24 to 36 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, someone I know, a friend of mine, I think it was glass walking she did.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, and I was like, how does that not hurt? I wonder if it was maybe through you that she did it. It was quite recently.
Yeah.
It was Annie Crow, her name is.
Yes.
Yeah, was that for you?
Yes, that was me.
She does all these mad things and I'm like, oh my god, I'd be so scared.
That's the other workshops that we do. Yeah.
So how does that... This is me being a stupid question, but...
It's all... Again, obviously we're taught that glass is, you know, when somebody breaks a glass, you don't go near it.
You have to leave the kitchen for an hour.
We use bottles, you know, we use spirit bottles and wine bottles.
Right.
We make up the glass walks ourselves. Mine's a beautiful blue one with gin bottles.
Make it all pretty.
Ever since I became an instructor, I thought, oh, that would be nice blue. So I got someone to kind of collect what's the gin bottle.
I was going to say, do you get to drink on the gin?
So again, it's all about focus and paying attention. And that's what a lot of these things are. You know, what you're and it's the same with anxiety as well. It's what you're focusing on. Yeah. You know, so obviously when you're walking on glass, I'd make sure they don't look down, because if they're focusing on something in front of them and paying attention to what they're doing, it's paying attention to where you put your feet. Yeah. You know, and then it's an enjoyable experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine it would be a real rush after you've done it.
So really, I love it. I mean, I like fire walking, but I love the glass walk.
Yeah. So are those kind of things, I know you did mention corporate stuff that you do, is that good for like team building and kind of
we've got
confidence
a few team building events coming up as well, where we use things like that. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously we do the firewalks, which people come along and raise funds for charity and things like that, but they think they're coming to raise funds for charity, you know, but there's a lot more to it than that when we do the workshops. My friend Susan and I do Be Your Own Empowered Heroes workshops, which the adult ones are based, we take the glass walk to that.
Right, okay.
We teach them anxiety techniques to deal with their anxiety, and then to empower them, we'll let them walk glass. Because it is, if I didn't believe I could do that, and I was wrong about it, what else in life have I been wrong about?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and not only that, like, the glass it represents our life. We all go through life through obstacles in our life, you know, things are thrown at us, you know, so it's kind of like taking a journey one step at a time, just being mindful of what you're doing. Yeah. You know, and then at the end of that journey,
once you've done that, you can do anything, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
No, that's amazing, though. And it's so great that you can kind of tie all your businesses together, and it's just a whole sort of mindset thing. It can really help people. Yeah. So I kind of mentioned before that I had a huge response.
Yes.
Honestly, I put this out on Instagram, and I had 50, 60 messages for people. Everyone can relate to it, I think. And I think especially now the conversation's kind of more open about anxiety, mental health and stuff like that. So I've actually got a few questions here, if you don't mind me going through some of them. So a lot of these are kind of to do with running a business. Yeah. And kind of managing that with anxiety, which is a tough thing to do. So the first one is, I realise in running my own business that there is always going to be anxiety, but how do I tell what is useful anxiety and what is holding me back?
Okay, yes. So what they're doing there is they're presupposing that there's always going to be anxiety. Okay, so what are they thinking? There's always going to be anxiety. That's where their focus is. Now, like I said already, that by what you're focusing on, you're going to get more of. Okay, we've got a part of our brain called the Reticular activating system. Okay, it's or as I like to call it, the thinker and the prover.
Right.
So what the thinker thinks, the prover proves.
Okay.
So have you ever done that thing of you buy a car, okay, and you've got to go back a few weeks later to collect it, but then all of a sudden you're seeing that car everywhere. Yep. Because your focus has changed. It's not that everybody's suddenly going, oh, look, Abby's bought a car, let's go and buy that car. So your focus has changed. So you're focusing on that car, so you're seeing it everywhere. Thinkers thinking of the car, provers proving it. So if you're already presupposing that you're always going to have anxiety in your business, what's your prover going to prove? You're going to be anxious. You're always going to be anxious in your business.
Right. Yeah, I've heard a lot of that, like the kind of mindset and law of attraction. So what you're thinking is what you're going to get, really.
It's exactly like that. Or like, obviously, law of attraction is about manifesting what you want. Yeah, so I want a new car or I want a holiday. So you focus on the things that you want and the prover proves it. And the prover looks for all those kind of things and then you get them. Yeah. So if you're thinking about anxiety, you're going to get more anxiety. Yeah,
because I get that if I'm in a kind of bad headspace, things seem to be worse. When I'm like, I had a couple of bad days and then it turned into like a week and I was just so negative, which is not usually like me. And then you start to like, why is all this bad stuff happening? It's because I'm sitting here so negative and like in such a horrible mindset that... like as you say, my mind's proving that sort of thing.
That's exactly it. So it's focusing on it. So as I say, you're already telling yourself that you're going to have anxiety in your business. It's the first step that you're doing. Is anxiety useful?
So is it kind of, I don't know if she maybe means when you get that little bit of anxiety, but then when you push through it, it's a good thing. But there's some that's like, it's so big that you'd stop you from doing things. So like I get anxious maybe meeting new people or like going into networking events, but if I kind of let that hold me back, it's probably going to be detrimental to my business.
Absolutely.
So how do you kind of stop that anxiety getting so holding you back? So
it's just changing the mindset, isn't it? It's if you're thinking, oh God, if I go to this network meeting, I'm just going to feel really anxious and I'm going to, I might freeze up and not want to speak to people and I'll just stand in the corner and hope people come to me and I'll answer what they ask. But if you change the mindset of like, I'm going to go in here, I'm going to go up to people, I'm just going to, as you say, push through it. And that's what you have to do. I mean, obviously there's anxiety related to business because you're now running your own business, you're responsible for everything, your home finances, your business finances, but it's just realising that they're all just things, it's just thoughts, okay? We're only ever one thought away from being okay, okay? And when you're thinking, oh God, how am I going to get money for this? Or how am I going to get money for that? And again, there's your negative thought. So it's by changing all that and just going, do you know what, I'm just going to push through it. I would always say acknowledge an anxious thought. I would never say ignore it. Acknowledge an anxious thought. This is things that I tell my clients. So acknowledge it. Is it useful? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Okay. If it's something that's useful, I would say to them, write it down, but find a time later on to deal with it all. So because you'll get, we've got no control over the thoughts that pop into our head. However, we have a choice whether to react to them or not. So when the thought pops into your head, if it's a useful thought that you know that you're going to need to work on, write it down and set aside a time later to deal with them all. Because you'll have a few of them throughout the day. If it's something that's not useful and it's not kind, acknowledge that it's happened, but decide not to deal with it.
Not to let it kind of dictate.
Because without realising it, we actually all have a choice. Like, again, this is not good for podcast. Fold your arms for me. Look how you've got your arms folded. What hands you got sticking up?
My left.
Okay. So, and I've got my right sticking up. Fold your arms the other way.
Oh.
Your wee face is thinking. Exactly. Your face is already going, I don't know.
I don't think I can.
Of course you can.
Okay, like that.
There you go, you've done it. Okay. So you've done it. You had to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to think about how to do it and then try to change it. And now it feels uncomfortable, doesn't it? Yeah. But if you keep doing it a few times, what happens is it starts to feel okay. Yeah. Yeah. And it's the same with the thoughts.
It's just that it's that foreign thought to start with. You're like, oh, something's not right.
Exactly. So, because what you've done is you've done what you've always done. You folded your arms the way you always fold your arms. Yeah. Without realising that you actually had a moment of choice where you can change it. Yeah. And it's the same with your thoughts.
Ah, that's such an interesting... Try that at home, people, if you're like...
Absolutely.
Try that at home. It's a really...
That's
really
a good way. You know, so
it's so easy to kind of stay in that comfortable zone, but all the good things happen when you kind of get out of that.
That's it. But people talk about comfort zones, and it's like, if I go out and, out my comfort zone, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You're not really comfortable in your comfort zone. Yeah. You know, as you say, lots of good things happen out with it. Yeah. Like successful people do one small step out of their comfort zone every day. Now that may mean that they're just going to make a cheesecake that they've never made before. Yeah. It doesn't have to be anything big. Here's me today stepping out of my comfort zone. Yeah.
this is the first thing like this you've done, the first podcast you've done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's feeling uncomfortable and kind of doing it anyway. Because when I started this, anyone who actually knows me was like, really? When I was like, I'm going to start a podcast, because I'm awful at speaking to people, really like socially anxious, horrible. Yeah. Like I'm always the one kind of in a group, I'll like no say anything, I'll be like in the back. And people were like, that's such a strange thing for you to do. But I didn't want to be like that anymore. No. So I thought, what is the thing that I could do? Like going to Glasgow, speaking to people I've never met before. Yeah. Like I met you 5 minutes before we started recording. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like, it's been uncomfortable, but kind of pushing yourself.
Absolutely.
And it is, see, after the first one, it got so much easier. First one, I never slept for a week. I was ill. I was honestly like because so anxious.
On it.
I was anxious the day before. My boyfriend will tell you I was actually like a mess. I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was like actually a mess. And then after that, it was like,
it's just easier now, isn't it?
Once you've taken that step,
you're so relaxed about it.
Yeah.
So it's gotten easier.
I think you do need to just kind of, if there's something that you want to do that you're kind of holding back on, like just go for it.
Go for it. Yeah.
It's never going to be as bad as you think.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I know this is kind of related to that, but is there any tips for overcoming public speaking so that it's not a stumbling block?
Absolutely. There's quite a few. See, a lot of it, again, these things are not very good for podcasts. The subconscious mind, now that subconscious mind is the one that knows how to tie your shoelaces. It knows that this is a chair, this is a desk, things like that. Okay, it keeps your heart beating, your lungs beating. At some point you've had to learn how to tie your shoelaces, that's a chair and things like that. Okay, yeah. So it's now all within your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is the one that sits and does all that internal chatter. Yeah. You know, so when you're sitting listening to someone, it's reeling off stuff in your head. Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. Okay? So you can, which is why anxiety is so huge as well, because you imagine it going into a situation, yeah? So like public speaking, you imagine going into public speaking and think, oh my God, I'm going to fail at this, I'm no good at it. Yeah. What if people laugh at me? What if people do this? So you're already imagining it going wrong. Yeah. Yeah. So if you imagine it going right, then that will automatically change how you feel about it. Yeah. So a good tip for public speaking is power poses. I'm a great lover of power pose. Wonder Woman, she stands with her hands on her hips, shoulders back, chest out, chin slightly up. Now, the minute you do that, the minute you change your physiology, your body, it changes your mind. Right. Because your mind thinks, oh, this person's feeling good. Yeah. You know, when you're not feeling 100%, you tend to look down a lot. You know, you kind of close up your body, your arms are crossed, you're kind of... Exactly. You know, pacing about, hands sweating, rubbing your hands and things like that. So your mind knows that you're not in a good place. Yeah. So by changing that, so standing in a power pose, standing tall, it's a confident pose, so your mind thinks, oh, okay, we're good, we're confident.
Yeah.
Now, you can't always suddenly stand up in public and put your hands on your hips and things like that.
Stand like Wonder Woman.
Well, why not? To be fair, why not? But if you imagine that you're doing it, then your body will automatically change.
Yeah. Just kind of lift yourself up.
Absolutely.
And
I mean,
shoulders back,
exactly.
shoulders down.
So if you just, picture in your mind that you're standing like that, then your whole body will change and your mind will go, oh, okay, we've got this, we're good. So that's a good way of doing it. Another good way of doing it is sometimes when we go into public speaking, our mouths start to get dry.
Yeah.
So just gently biting the side of your tongue. It creates saliva in your mouth. Stops you feeling dry. So that helps with that.
Yeah.
Another one, if you're, before you start and you've got all those thoughts going in your head, is if you just put your tongue at the top of your mouth, just at the back of your teeth. You can't have that internal chatter going on when you're doing that.
Right, because you're focusing on that.
Absolutely.
Right.
So it stops that internal chatter at that moment in time. Another good one is if you think of a time when you felt really confident, okay? And there will be a time, and again, it doesn't have to be any huge. It could be that you did make a great cheesecake, and you were really proud of yourself. So imagine a time when you felt confident, and imagine on the floor there's a circle, okay? So you step into that circle, and you get that confident feeling going, okay? And even maybe put on your power pose as you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then step back out, and then step back into it again, only this time I want imagine that you're standing in front of everybody and you've got that confidence going, but imagine that everybody's clapping and cheering and going, oh yeah, well done, and then step back out again, and then step back in it a third time, and this time make it even bigger. Just imagine it even a bigger audience of people or whatever it is, but build up on that confidence. Each time you're doing it, you imagine that confidence growing, because you can imagine turning up your confidence. Even if you have to imagine that you've got a big dial or a knob or whatever in front of you, that you're turning up that confidence. So every time you step into that circle, you're increasing your confidence. So the next time you public speak, you imagine a circle on the floor, and you'll see a lot of public speakers do it. They'll take a step forward.
Right. Yeah, you do notice that actually,
because they've got their imagined circle.
So they're actually doing
that. And some people, it's maybe with their hands, they do that, right, let's go.
Yeah.
Because they've anchored that feeling into their hands.
Right.
That feeling
so they
of confidence.
they get that confidence from that action.
From that,
So kind of finding something that works for you and gets you into that confident sort of headspace.
Yeah.
And then is it just a case of kind of practicing?
Practicing it, yeah. The more you practice it, Like power poses, I say I'm a great lover of them. And I even have my grandkids doing them. But if you, first thing in the morning, do a 2-minute power pose, it already gets you set for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
When you feel a bit of a slump, then you imagine that you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear that a lot with like affirmations, and in the morning you should be, do you kind of get into that?
Sometimes do a bit of affirmations in the morning,
Just kind of to get, is that just sort of training your brain to think these things?
Positive. Yeah. Because if you're focusing on the negative, you're going to get more negative. Yeah. So when you start focusing on the positive, you're going to get more. I mean, a good one, like, again, using a power pose, stand in front of the mirror. And, like, we do workshops with kids as well, and we give them stickers. This is a great one. Even as adults, having something on the mirror, or anywhere that you stand, like the bathroom mirror, or somewhere in the car, anywhere that you spend a lot of time, we do this with kids. As I say, we put a sticker and every time they see the sticker, they have to say something good about themselves. I used to do it with my granddaughter, so she would have to look in the mirror and the sticker would be there. She would have to say, I am confident, I am happy, I am beautiful. You always start with I am. And the more you do that, then the more you're reprogramming, rewiring your brain to think more positive.
It's so good to get kind of kids doing that so young, I think.
It is. It's brilliant.
Because that was never a thing when I was growing up. Like
saying,
I am strong, I am like confident. Like you say, that was just because no one was talking about that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And okay, you may feel a bit silly to start with.
Yeah.
When you're doing it, I mean, like when I first started doing things like that, I would say in my head because I didn't want people to hear me.
Yeah.
Although I'm in the house on my own or just with my husband, but doing it and saying it in a way that you mean it.
Yeah.
You know, instead of, I am confident.
Because I've tried it when I've kind of whispered it and like,
I'm confident. Yeah, that doesn't scream confidence.
Yeah, you have to.
So standing up with your power pose, shoulders back, and go, I am confident.
Yeah.
And then, you know, your
brain's going to believe
your
that.
brain's going to go, yeah, we are. Let's do that. Yeah, we're confident.
Let's go for it.
Yeah.
No, that's so good. I definitely need to kind of try, because I've never really done it. Like, I've kind of like done that half-hearted, like, oh.
See, that word try, that should be eliminated from our vocabulary as well. Again, not good for podcasts, but see your pen there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want you to try and pick it up. Okay, so try and pick, no, that's picking it up. That's not picking it up.
So try and pick it up.
So picking it up,
not
picking it up.
So you can't actually try to pick it up.
That's exactly it.
Ah.
You can either pick it up or not pick it up.
Yeah,
okay?
There's no try.
The word try presupposes failure.
Right, okay.
Like if I've got a jar and I can't open it and I'll say, oh, could you try and open that? Mm-hmm. Okay, because I've failed at it, so I want you to try and fail at it.
Yeah.
But try and open that door.
Yeah, it's those wee kind of words. Like, I notice that, I've been noticing it when I've been editing these podcasts, that I'll say something and then I'll say, it's sort of like, or like I'll kind of, I'll say something and I'll instantly go, or like something like that. Like I totally like backtrack and like downplay what I've just said.
It's sort of like that, but is it like that or is it not like that? Yeah.
Or I say like, did you do this? Or did you kind of just like I do that so much. And I'm like, why do we do that? Like, as you say, oh, I'm going to try and do that.
Exactly. So
it's instantly kind of downplaying yourself.
The more I tell people that, you know, because I'll use that again, that's something I'll use when I'm speaking to a client. Because people say, oh, I'll try and do it. No, you can't.
You'll either do
it or you'll not do it.
Yeah.
And the more you say that to people, the more they become aware of it. So the next time you say the word try, you'll be like, oh, I can't do it. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm not. It's kind of watching your thoughts, I think. Because if you start to let those things creep in, then you get to that.
Again, your subconscious mind listens to everything you tell it.
Yeah.
So when you know, like, telling yourself, oh, I can't do this, I'm really stupid, I'm so useless, it's going to believe you. Remember, it doesn't know the difference between real and imagined.
Yeah.
It also doesn't know the difference between a truth and a lie. Mm-hmm. So if you're telling yourself you're useless and you can't do something, it's going to believe you.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard something about that before and it really stuck with me. That your brain is trying to prove itself right. So if you go to like a party and you say like, oh, no one's going to speak to me, like whatever, and you go there and you're like being quiet and you're not like forthcoming, and then no one does speak to you, and then your brain's like, ha, told you, like I told you no one was going to speak to you, but like you're doing that to yourself.
Exactly, the reticular activating system, the thinker and the prover.
Yeah,
so you're thinking that's what's going to happen, and your brain's let me show you more of that.
Because I heard that and I was like, oh, totally. Because if you go in with that mindset, you're going to act in a way that's going to make that happen.
Absolutely. And it's like, you know, when going into work, I'm going to go into work, I'm going to feel so anxious. So your prover's going to go, let me show you anxious. Let me make you more anxious.
Yeah. Because I get that as well when you maybe feel a bit ill or something and you sit here and you're like, oh my god, I'm so ill, and then you start to feel more and more ill. You're like, oh,
talking yourself into
I need to go home, I'm dying.
Yeah.
And then when, like, if you just think about it, I'm okay.
Yeah. But
your brain's sort of making you think, oh my god, yeah, you're dying. Yeah. You've got like a cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Another one here is, what is your opinion on using medication for anxiety?
Okay, so medication has its place, and do you know what? It may be right for some people.
Yeah.
It's funny because I was actually just listening to a video this morning. Obviously, I have a lot of hypnotherapy friends, and one of the guys that I know had done this video, and he was speaking about when you go to the doctors for anxiety. Now, a lot of these are they don't know how to deal with mental health. Yeah. And you've only got so many minutes with the doctor, and it's like, oh, I feel like this. Yeah, here's a pill. I spent 15 years on antidepressants. Right. And one day I woke up and I thought, I'm really not doing this anymore. I've had enough. I don't want to live like this anymore. So, yes, they maybe have a place to get you in a better place, but there's so many different holistic methods out there.
Yeah.
Now, and my youngest daughter's like this with her son. Now, if there's anything wrong, I'll look for a holistic approach.
Yeah.
And she's the same with when the wee boy's not feeling very well. She'll look for a more holistic approach to something rather than go for medication. I'll go to a doctor so they can say, yeah, this is what's wrong. Yeah. And then I'll go look for
find a different way
to deal with it.
Because I feel like the medication is kind of the first protocol for a lot of them, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. So would you say maybe explore other options first? And then if there's nothing that's really working, then obviously go to the medication.
That's the way I would do it.
Yeah.
I would always explore something else first, whether it's, changing the way you eat. Because obviously before medication, it was the foods that we ate that made us well. So, cherries are good for pain.
Right. Oh, I never knew that.
Things like that. So I would rather explore that and look down an alternate route, whether it's reflexology or massage or whatever. I would rather go down that route first. And then if it still doesn't work, then I will go to a doctor. Yeah.
So do doctors never kind of prescribe things like that, I take it? I've never been to a doctor for anything like this, but would they never say to you...
I think they're starting to get... I read somewhere that some doctors are actually now prescribing going out in the fresh air.
Right. Yeah, just kind of... Because lifestyle changes.
Absolutely, because when you're out in the fresh air, you feel so much better. Grounding is a great thing. So, taking your shoes off, your socks and shoes off, standing on the earth or on grass. Not so much the concrete because it's man-made. Yeah. But earth or grass, it's a good technique to ground you. Things like Reiki.
I've heard great things about Reiki.
I do Reiki as well. Yeah. So things like that, it helps balance. It's weird how it helps balance out your whole body.
Rather than just kind of pumping yourself
energy,
full. Yeah.
Because we are all made of energy. Everything in this room is made of energy. You and me, chairs, walls, everything. And because again, some of the techniques that I use channel energy rather than hypnosis. Yeah. Which is again another prop that I brought. Yeah. Actually, two of them work this way. This one's I brought this one just because it's a bit freaky. So I've got here a little doll, as you can see, and when you put her hands together, she will.
Oh, she's singing.
Sings. Okay. So if you hold that hand. I'll hold this hand, and then we do this. You holding the button? Now break the circuit. So we're holding hands and she sings. Yeah. And then when we let go hands, she stops singing.
Oh, that's really weird.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, I wish people could see this. But yeah, we're holding hands and holding the doll, and it's singing, and then we let go, and it stops. So is that is that like an energy?
Yeah, it's like an energy. It's like a circuit, isn't it?
Oh, I like that one. That's scary.
It works the same with this thing. We use these. We take these onto workshops with kids. Kids love these kind of things. So again, holding on to that part.
That's so weird.
As long as it touches skin.
Yeah.
Because if I do it with your
so when you're touching,
it doesn't work. But when I touch your do it with your leg because your leg's covered, but do it on your hand.
That's mad. So what? That's just like an energy, transfer.
So as I say, some of the work I do uses energy.
Yeah.
So it's taking away the negative energy and replacing it with good.
Yeah. That's actually like baffled me. I'm like,
I like that one. It's quite, especially the doll. She looks a bit freaky, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll pop a wee picture up of all these props so people know what we've been doing. Yeah. We've been on a great time. They're just having to listen to us. No, that's so mad though. I like that one. That was a good one.
So, changing your energy changes how you feel. You know, so again, going back to that whole medication thing. Yeah. If you change your mindset, change your energy, using things like Reiki or anything that that aligns your body, aligns your energy.
I think people are kind of going more towards that now. Like people are sort of like aware of what they're putting in their bodies, and they're not just wanting to pump it full with any drug that the doctor's giving you.
That's it. I'd rather not.
Yeah, I know some things, obviously, I know do need medication. That's
of course there is.
Yeah, but things like that, I think the doctors are really quick just to say, oh, well, here you go, take this.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, do those medications kind of like dampen you down? Is that like, I've never been on anything like that.
Antidepressants kind of leave you like, they give you like a flat line, if you like.
Yeah.
You know, they just, you get some highs and get some lows, but they just kind of leave you flatlined. It's just...
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like a numbness. You know what I mean? I spent years in that numbness.
Yeah, and I suppose then you're not getting the lows, but you're also not getting the highs.
Yeah,
is that kind of what it's like? Yeah. So the last question here is, this one's not about business, but is dealing with anxiety and parenting. So when you're just wanting to stay in bed and hide, but you've got school runs.
You said juggling anxiety when you...
Yes, juggling anxiety and parenting, sorry. Yeah. So when you want to stay in bed, but you've obviously got school runs, dinners, other people too that are relying on you.
That's the thing, it's, you have to practice active compassion, okay? You've got these little people who depend on you. Again, sort of going back to when I left my ex-husband, and I had 2 little kiddies to look after, there was times I couldn't get out of my bed. Yeah. But I knew I had to get up and look after these guys, you know, and I would feed them, but I wouldn't feed myself. I ended up with an eating disorder and things like that. You know, so knowing that you've got someone who's responsible, you know, who you're responsible for,
Yeah.
Like, see, when you're on an aeroplane and they talk about the masks coming down, and they always say to you to put your own one on first, before you can help anyone else. You have to practice self-care and self-love. Yeah,
you're no good to anyone if you're not looking after yourself.
Absolutely not. You know, and to do that, it's things like meditation, running yourself a hot bath, thanking yourself for a cup of coffee that you've made. Make yourself a cup of coffee and go, thank you. Being kind to yourself. Yeah. It goes back to that whole kindness thing. Yeah. You know, so when you start practicing more of that, then when you've got all these little guys, okay, but the kids half the time they couldn't care what you give them, you know. Yeah. But just remember that they are actually grateful for what you're doing for them. You don't realise it yet.
Yeah. In 20 years they'll be like, oh, thank you, Mum.
See the amount of times my kids have gone to me, oh my God, I'm so sorry for everything I put you through, because their children are now like that. Yeah. I just go, it's karma, you know.
It's coming back to you now.
Especially one of them, my 5-year-old granddaughter. Yes, she's a bit crazy. And my daughter, oh, I'm sorry for every tantrum I ever threw. Like, yeah. You know, but so they'll realise it when they're later. But it's knowing that yes, you have to get up and you have to be responsible for these people. But you obviously need self-care. Things like, before you get up in the morning, practice breathing. You know, just take a few moments and just, whether it's, you know, it's inhale for 3, hold for 3, exhale for 3, hold for 3. Right. Doing that kind of thing, just nice and gentle. Practice your breathing. Again, doing things like that gets your mind going, yeah, okay, we've got this. We're in a better place. The power pose. Get up and do a 2-minute power pose. Even just doing it in the shower. Yeah. You know, taking 2 minutes to yourself to get your mind in the right place. Yeah. Now, the reason I picked up on the word juggling is because even jugglers get it wrong. Even jugglers drop things. Yeah. And what they do is they pick up and they just get on with it. Yeah. Now, what I would say to them is, you know, yes, you're okay, you maybe feel like you're juggling things. Yeah. And as I say, jugglers drop things, drop the anxiety and don't pick it up again. Right. Just drop it and leave it. But practice self-love, self-compassion, self-care. It's so important. Yeah, and giving yourself credit for all the things that you are doing. You may think you're not doing a great job, but hey, you're getting out of bed in the morning, you're seeing the kids, you know, you're doing a school run. Of course you're doing a great job. Yeah, your kids are happy, healthy, they love you, they're fed. Over their head. Yeah. You know, so you're doing a great job. Yeah. And it's just being aware of little things like that. You know, I mean, as I say, the amount of times that I thought I was a bad parent, a crap parent, because I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. Yeah. But I would get up, I would do it, and I would take the kids to school because they went to a different school from the area we were in.
Yeah.
So I had to get up and do it. And sometimes it's doing that, it's having to get up and make yourself do things that, okay, you don't want to do, but the more you get up and make yourself do them, then you're up, you're dressed. You know, okay, I'm up and dressed now. They're at school, take a few moments to yourself. Even if it's just a 5-minute meditation, just do something for yourself. You know, read a book, take 5 minutes to have a coffee and a magazine. You know, something like that. As long as you take 5 minutes to yourself each day, and then that'll start to grow when they're in bed, you know, take another 5 minutes to yourself. You know, just switch off to everything that's going on around you. You know, switch off the television. Put your phone down. You know, we get so wrapped up in other people's business that we're not even taking that 5 minutes to ourselves.
Because I do that as well. When you've got 5 minutes, I'm on my phone reading about other people, or I'm like, why?
And more often than not, when you're on your phone, what's happening is your head's down. Have you ever heard the term feel downright miserable? So NLP that I spoke about way back at the beginning, neuro-linguistic programming, if you were to imagine a face, okay, when it's believed that when you think about something, when you're remembering something, okay, you look up to the left. And if you're recalling it, if you're making it up, you're looking up to the right. Okay, so it's believed that your feelings are down and to the right. So when you're feeling downright miserable, you're looking down and to the right. Often than not, when I'm speaking with clients, I'll watch their eyes, you know, and I'll see if they're making up something. And when I ask them to check on how they feel, they'll look down because that's where their feelings are. So when you're on a phone, you're looking down. So you're not going to be feeling good. So looking up. Put it, you know, again, the term things are looking up. You know, start to feel better because things are looking up. If you keep looking up.
So just that you're not even thinking about it, that you're looking down, but...
Exactly. So even sitting in bed, before you get out of bed, take a few moments and just look up. Now another good one is like putting your arms out wide, looking up and putting... Even if you have to force a smile on your face, the biggest, cheesiest grin that you can manage on your face, the minute you do that, your brain again is going, oh, we're in a good place. You can't possibly feel miserable.
So things like that in the morning.
Things like that.
Put the phone down and look up.
Put the phone down, look up. There's so many apps out there and so many things that on YouTube for positive mindsets. You know, just put something on, like when I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll put on something with affirmations. You know, and I'll say it as I'm getting ready. Breathing, as I say, is fantastic. Even if it's just in the shower, practicing your breathing, practicing your power pose. You know, taking that time to yourself to enjoy your shower. Another good one when you're in the shower is imagine all that anxiety getting washed away. You know, so that shower's coming down and it's just washing that anxiety away down into that plug hole.
So when you're coming out, you're...
because it's the whole using your imagination. Remember that subconscious doesn't know the difference between real and imagined. So if you're imagining that, it's washing your anxiety away.
Oh, that's good. So just being kinder to yourself, giving yourself credit.
Things like gratitude. Practice gratitude. I journal. You know, I'll do it in the morning and I'll do it at night. Writing down things I'm grateful for and journaling how my day's been and what I end up being grateful for that day. And again, just things like that. You know, just you're doing that in your bed before you go down, you know, or before you get up. Practicing things like that because it gets you into a much better mindset. And if you've got, remember I said earlier, if you've got anything that you worry about, write it down and deal with it later. If you've got things in your mind that you worry about and it isn't useful, write it down. Because if it's out of your head and written down, it doesn't have the same effect on you.
I get that sometimes when you're really overwhelmed and it's better just to spill everything out.
Absolutely.
Like if I'm like, oh, I've got all this stuff to remember, I write down everything and it seems so much less daunting when it's out of your head, kind of thing. I do that with like the gratitude, not enough. But sometimes when I'm feeling really, like I said, I had that crap week and I was so like in such a bad negative place, and then I wrote everything down that I had to be grateful for, and I was like, what am I moaning about? Like when you write it all down, like you're healthy, you've got a job you love, you've got a family that loves you, you've got a house. It's like there's people out there that are really struggling. So being grateful for what you have.
For what you have, exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, it takes a while to get into the habit of doing it every day.
Yeah.
I've done it and then I've stopped and then I started again.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just getting into the habit of doing it every day. You know, I think it's either 21 days or 28 days to break a habit.
Yeah.
It takes the same to create a new habit.
So just kind of keep going with it.
Yeah.
No, I think
it's a good way of getting, as I say, you know, as you say, writing down what you're grateful for and you realise what you actually do have in life.
Yeah. Yeah, you realise that things are not as bad as you
think.
Yeah, totally.
And that's part of the problem is we think.
Probably part of that is comparing ourselves to social media.
Oh, God, everybody posts that they're having a wonderful life, you know, and we all think, oh, God, I wish my life was like that. But you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
No.
You know, people don't always want to post the bad stuff.
No. Especially when you're following celebrities and they're on their 5th holiday of the year with their bikinis on, and you're like, why am I not doing that?
Well, that's it. But then they have problems. I mean, my guilty pleasure is watching the Real Housewives of ... and things like that. And when you look at them, you think, my God, they've all got issues. They've all got problems. You know, maybe got the money, but money doesn't give you everything.
You've still got the same problems,
Absolutely.
even if you've got a mansion or
exactly.
or not.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, that's amazing advice. Thank you for all that. So yeah, I think that was all my questions. So we'll move on to the section called Check Them Out. So if you have any small businesses that you think are doing great and you want to shout out, feel free.
I'd get killed if I didn't mention my daughter's business. Her business is Crumdiddlyumptious.
Oh, is that your daughter?
Yes.
Yeah, I just seen that on Facebook the other day.
She makes fabulous cakes.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Oh God, she studied art at school,
right, okay.
And didn't get into the college she wanted to get into. But if she looks at a picture, she can make it into a cake.
Yeah, I seen the one the other day, the Game of Thrones one.
Oh my God, I know.
It is mad.
Was that the face one?
Yeah.
She's done quite a few games.
I can't remember his name, but...
And it's great, because every year, apart from this year... she makes us cakes for our anniversary. She'll like, oh, I want to try something out.
Yeah.
So she'll make us cakes that are really extravagant.
So you're the guinea pig.
You're the guinea pigs. The same with birthdays and things.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, if I didn't shout out her business, obviously that would.
So what was that? Sorry,
Crumdiddlyumptious.
Check it out.
Yes, it's. See, I can't even
I'll
spell.
tag her in the post.
Aye.
I'll tag her.
Crumdiddlyumptious is hers.
I'll tag her in the
Makes
the
delicious cakes. She obviously does wedding cakes, birthday cakes. She does lots of favours. Fudge. She makes amazing fudge.
Ooh, I love fudge. That's the kind of thing that you just can't stop eating once you start, though.
I had to give up the job of being her taster.
That's a dangerous job.
It's a very dangerous job. My friend Helen Jones Photography.
Yes.
I've known Helen for 7 years now and would highly recommend her. She's put up with a lot of things, again, from my kids. My youngest daughter going for a wee one's baby shoot.
Oh.
And my daughter was like, can we put them in a pot? And she's like, oh my God. So she took pictures of them in pots and she's done all sorts.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's fantastic. She's a brilliant photographer, especially for baby shoots and things like that.
Her work's beautiful.
Oh God, who else? I thought I'd written down a few, but I hadn't. Positive Change Yoga in Kirkcaldy.
Yeah, they've had a shout out on another episode actually.
Scott's really, really nice. He's a really nice guy. Watch this space for something I'm doing coming up with him.
Oh right. Oh, exciting.
Can't think anymore.
That's enough.
Good.
3. Yeah, those were 3 good ones. So go and check them out. As I say, I'll tag them in the post so you can find them. And the last thing is for you to plug yourself. So what do you have going on?
What do I have going on? Okay, so workshop-wise, as Phoenix Firewalk, we have on the 15th of September, we have a Breathwork Workshop. Now, I've spoken a lot about breathing. This workshop is... it's an hour-long breathing workshop. And it takes you to a different level of breathing. And it gets rid of a lot emotional stuff that you're holding on to, a lot of demons and things like that. It's very, very powerful.
Right.
So that's a fantastic workshop. In the evening, we're doing a fire walk, which is open to anybody who wants to either raise funds for a charity or just wants to come along and experience a fire walk.
Give it a try.
Some people just want to come along and experience it. Some people come along because they know it's quite an empowerment thing and they want to feel empowered.
Yeah.
So that's happening on the evening of the 15th of September. On the 25th of August, my friend and I, Susan, are doing a Be Your Own Empowered Hero workshop at the Hub in South Queensferry.
Right.
It's an adult workshop where we teach techniques for dealing with anxiety, and we throw in some empowerment stuff like the glass walking.
Oh, right, okay.
And a few others. We do spoon bending, we do arrows, breaking an arrow with your throat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we do things like that.
Right.
On that one, we have what else have we got coming up? We've got a Law of Attraction one coming up in September as well. All our events are obviously on my Facebook page, Transformations.
Right, is that how people book in and stuff, just through your Facebook?
Yeah. Oh God, so many. I've forgotten all the ones that I've gotten myself. We've got a Law of Attraction workshop coming up in the Dome in Edinburgh.
Oh, wow.
In September. Because, this is Susan and myself, because we're both therapists and loads of different techniques that we use, so we want to take all of that and teach people how they can use that to attract what they want in life.
Yeah.
So there'll be some of the empowerment stuff, there'll be other techniques getting thrown in there as well. Tapping, I don't know if you're aware of tapping, or EFT, TFT it's sometimes called.
No.
It's great for clearing blockages. That's that whole energy thing.
Yeah.
It's great for clearing energy blockages as well, so there'll be stuff like that going on at that one as well. Yeah, just check out the events. I've forgotten how many I've got.
So can people find you Facebook, Instagram?
Yep, Facebook, Instagram. Obviously I have a website as well.
Yeah.
Check out my website. There's lots of different stuff on there because I deal in pain management as well. And that's just purely by talking to your subconscious mind.
Right.
And bargaining with it. Getting it to take away the pain.
Yeah.
Whether that's emotional pain or physical pain. I can do that as well. And obviously one-to-one sessions.
Right.
I run them, and every few months I run group anxiety workshops. Okay. Called Transforming Anxiety.
Right.
I run them out of Helen's studio.
Oh, right, okay. No, it's Thornton. Leslie. I get them mixed up all the time.
Yeah,
And Leslie.
It's a 4-week programme,
Right.
and it's about an hour and a half long. And again, I'll teach people different techniques.
Yeah.
We do hypnosis, we do meditation, just do lots of different stuff within that workshop over the 4 weeks to get people in a much better place as well.
Wow. So a lot going on.
Yeah.
So definitely go and check out on Facebook, Instagram. What's your website? Is it just Transformations?
No, it's www.nlptransformations.org.uk.
Perfect. So if you go on there, you can get all the information and try out one of these workshops.
Anyone listening to the podcast, if they want a one-to-one session with me, then what I would say is, if they get in touch with me, mention Mind Your Business, and I'll give them a 20% discount.
That's amazing. That's a really great deal. Thank you for that.
No problem.
So check that out. It's a great time to make that step to kind of go for it.
Yeah.
Get a wee discount.
And as long as they mention
the podcast.
The podcast, that they've heard it on the podcast, and then I'll do that for them.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
This was such an interesting episode.
You realise I now have to go and I've always put off doing videos on my own page. I'm going to have to go and do them now that I've done this.
Totally.
So I'm stepping out my comfort zone again.
You should be, honestly, these techniques that you're showing, like, they would go so well. Like,
I've
I think they're
actually
so helpful
got
for people.
a post going out on Saturday, tomorrow. I'm going to run a live and teach some techniques during a live session. Yeah,
because I think that's so helpful for people to have those wee videos to kind of go back to if they're struggling.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a lot of the techniques can help in the moment.
Yeah.
And some of the techniques can change it quite dramatically, you know, but to get the mindset changed, working on a one-to-one basis is better.
Yeah, you need that deeper work.
Yeah, it's like rewiring your brain, if you like.
No, that is amazing though. Thank you so much again for
you.
being on. Thank you for answering all my many questions. I feel like I bombarded you with so many questions.
Not at all.
But yeah, make sure you go and check out Transformations and the Phoenix Firewalk on social media. And if you check out Mind Your Business podcast on Instagram and Facebook, you'll find pictures of you. I'll take a picture of us just now.
Yep.
The props that we've been playing with. And also I'll tag all those businesses that were mentioned.
Perfect.
So thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Mind Your Business. If you're not already, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter at Mind Your Business Podcast for updates on future guests and behind the scenes look at what we've been chatting about in this episode. See you next week.